Hey, Star Wars Newsnet. This is Tyler Bradshaw bringing you another episode of Who Is, and today we're going to be talking about none other than Vernestra Rwoh. Why? Well, if you just saw the Acolyte trailer, you know that Vernestra pops up right front and center in a couple of those scenes. And what better way to get us ready for the Acolyte than by catching up on one of the main book characters that's going to be showing up in the show? Now, in order to know who Vernestra is, it's important to point out first that she is a prodigy amongst the Jedi. We're talking 15 years old, knighted by the Jedi Order. And the person that created Vernestra Rwoh is none other than Justina Ireland, who at this point is in the Mount Rushmore or, close to it when it comes to Star Wars authors. So Vernestra is Justina's brainchild, and you see most of the Vernestra Rwoh books are written either by Justina Ireland alone, or she will tag team with another author. Let's check out some of the concept art for Vernestra Rwoh. Here on the left, you see Phase 1's concept art, and you'll notice where it says Vernestra Vern Rwoh. The nickname of Vern, when they shorten her name, is something she pretty much hates exclusively. There's only a handful of people that can get away with saying it without her kind of correcting them when it comes to the nickname. Not even old Elzar Mann can get away with calling her Vern. Now, her lightsaber converts to a light whip. You'll see there, you can't really tell right there, but she kind of keeps this a secret from the rest of the Order because it's almost taboo to have a light whip as a lightsaber due to some of the connections it has with, old Jedi, Sith, Civil War type stuff. Phase 3 concept art on the right sees her wearing this vest. It's very dark. She looks definitely a little bit upset, and understandably so, given what has happened in the galaxy. But even the logo for the High Republic has gone from bright gold, beaming with hope, to dark black, full of, death and despair, which is what a lot of happened in Phase 1. Here's the first book that you see Vernestra pop up in. Test of Courage by Justina Ireland. Again, Avon Staros back there in the back and her droid. You see Vern front and center, and this is where we first get to know this amazing Jedi from the High Republic. And another place she pops up here is the second middle grade novel called Mission to Disaster. You see her Padawan Emery behind her. He doesn't start off as her Padawan, but ultimately becomes her Padawan in A Test of Courage. And their relationship is fascinating to watch unfold over the course of several novels. And if you are curious, yes, Vernestra pretty much sticks to the middle grade and the young adult novels. You don't really see her pop up in any of these three main High Republic novels for the adults. You'll see a little bit of like references to her, or she might show up very briefly. But you want to get the Vernestra content, you'll stick with the young adult or the middle grade novels like Out of the Shadows, or the most recent young adult novel, Defy the Storm, just came out a few weeks ago. If you're curious about catching up Vernestra's latest story, I would start here because you don't necessarily need all the backstory to feel the weight and gravity of this story, especially if you're just wanting to get to know this character before the Acolyte show comes out. You see her surrounded by enemy Nihil space raiders as she's entering into their space to try to rescue her Padawan who has been separated from her. Something interesting about Vernestra and the High Republic in general is the spiritual component of the Force. And we see that every time Vernestra enters into hyperspace, she gets these strange visions from the Force. And this becomes very prevalent in Defy the Storm. Something very important is going on with the visions that she is receiving. But this is something I found very interesting. And I wonder if this might pop up in the Acolyte show. Could she receive a Force vision in live action? That's something I'm very curious about. Now, I've mentioned the Acolyte multiple times now, so let's talk about it for just a moment. Here's the poster from the show that's coming out in June 4th on Disney Plus, and here are just a couple of shots that we got of Vernestra. Here, we see her like using the Force to open the Jedi Temple chambers. I wonder if all the doors in the Jedi Temple you can use the Force to open. That was kind of a unique thing as she's doing that. It was almost like going into the grocery store and waving your hand to open up the automatic sliding doors. And then right here we see Vernestra in some sort of wooded area. I don't know if this is maybe a special place on Coruscant that they have plants growing, or if this is she's on a mission here in the Acolyte, and we're gonna find out what that is soon. Now, Vernestra in the Acolyte is played by none other than Rebecca Henderson, who is prominent in the show Russian Doll. So if you're wanting to catch up on anything Rebecca Henderson, you might want to start there. But yes, Vernestra is going to be showing up in the Acolyte all the roads from the High Republic are going to lead her to this moment. So I'm really excited for you to get to know this character at live action, and for us all to come together and see what she's been up to over the last 100 years since these books have ended. Let me know what you think about Vernestra in the comments, please. I would love to, hear if you're excited to see this character in the Acolyte, or what your thoughts are on her in general as you've read these novels. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more informational videos like this. You can join us every Thursday night for Star Wars Newsnet Live, and also for the Timeline Show, which we drop every single Monday night. Brian and I are going through every canon story in Star Wars from the beginning of the High Republic all the way to wherever we're going to end up someday. It's going to be a fun time. So like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.